everyone, welcome back. This is Foxy at 50. I'm Nuala Black, and today's video is a video explaining the benefits of meditation, relaxation exercises and mindfulness. In the coming weeks, I'll be releasing videos that will be taking you through guided meditations and relaxation exercises. But first, we need to look at why we should meditate and what are the benefits. What is the difference as well between mindfulness and meditation? I also want to dispel a lot of myths surrounding meditation and help you to see that it is one of the most beneficial and powerful practices that you can ever do for yourself. It is not religious, and you do not have to sit in the lotus position and recite unless of course you want to, that's fine too. So firstly, what are the benefits? Well, there are just so many to mention, but here goes. Meditation will open up your creative channels. So for example, you might have been wondering, what is your true purpose? How can you use your talents in a new career or just a hobby? What are your talents? And maybe you have that book to write, start a new business. Your creative side will suddenly open up and your ideas will flow if you practice meditation. Meditation can help manifest your deepest desires. It really can. It can bring a sense of peace and calm, but still keep you totally focused and alert to do the job at hand. So as you may well be aware, this channel is all about slowing down the signs of aging, and meditation will bring a youthfulness, vitality, creativity, manifestation, a calm attitude and great skin. Yes, believe it or not, meditation is great for your skin. It is key to a youthful attitude and a glowing complexion. Meditation leads to more energy and more time. It will actually give you the time you think you haven't got to do the meditation. You might want to think about that for a second. Meditation clears away the cobwebs, which is basically a polite way of saying your ego or your superficial mind, which is that part of us that gets us into so much trouble and really, quite frankly, can just make life a misery. When you come from your inner being, I mean, you can call it your true self, your real self, your spirit, your soul, your higher power, your essence. I mean, whatever name you want to give it, it's all the same thing. It is that perfect part of you. It's the part of you that knows what to do in any given situation. It's the part of you that is always happy and contented. It's the part of you that is all-knowing. It's the part of you that is perfect. Yes, that part of you does exist. Believe intently that this part of you exists and is more real than the superficial and surface mind that most of us tend to operate from on a daily basis. Meditation and mindfulness are tools that we can use to get to that perfect part of ourselves. All of us are generally operating from our ego mind. Our ego mind is the persona, the personality. And persona actually means mask. And that's exactly what it is. It's the mask that covers up the real you. The persona began its life when you were born, although you could argue that it certainly started the conditioning in the womb. But if we think for now about the persona as starting from when we were born, and depending on your age, it's had many years to make this false version of yourself. I mean, isn't it liberating to know that this persona isn't actually you? Persona being the part of you that is angry, impatient, unhappy, lacking in self-esteem, unlucky, depressed, anxious, fearful, just to name a few of the typical traits of the persona or the ego mind. It's a devilish imposter, and it likes to disrupt our lives with perfect timing. Years of conditioning have created this little monster, and in some cases not so little. But bit by bit we can clear or chip away and dissolve the imposter. The more we do this, the more our true essence will come to the fore. When you come from your true essence, you come from perfection. And meditation is just one of the most amazing tools that can get you to that place. Now, we do have glimpses of this higher self, but we want to get more than just glimpses. We want to welcome our true essence home for good, even though it never actually went away. Now then, mindfulness, what's all that about? You could call it present moment awareness. Well, really, that is meditation on the move. Apart from taking time to meditate, we need to be practicing mindfulness on a daily basis, or as much as we can. Now, of course, it will take effort to begin with, and you need to keep reminding yourself every day to practice mindfulness. So when you're on the move, and then it forms a habit, and once you've got the habit, that's it, you keep going. So it takes effort to begin with, but just keep going until the habit is formed, and then it will become quite natural. So the ego, the persona, the personality will make serious efforts to stop you from being mindful, serious efforts. It will try to stop you from being in the present, because the more mindful you become, the more you kill the ego or your conditioned mind. So as you can imagine, the ego is going to rise up and come out fighting to stop your inner being, your true self, from emerging. Now, being in touch with your inner self through practices of meditation and mindfulness will kill the ego. So what are we actually doing when we practice mindfulness and meditation? And basically and briefly speaking, mindfulness and meditation bring you into the present moment. And again, that's what kills the ego. With meditation, we are taking the time out to purposely and intently focus our mind on a specific object, or a breathing exercise, or maybe a repetition of a mantra, or whatever it is. By doing this, we create what spiritual teachers often refer to as the gap. When you focus on breathing or reciting a mantra, you are not thinking. That's the whole point. And it is from this place that your true essence emerges. And mindfulness then is about doing that whilst on the move. So for example, like say you're in the shower, this will be a good way to get started. What you need to do is to actually feel the water on your body. So this is mindfulness I'm talking about. Do not think about the water on your body. That's the opposite. Feel the water on your body. Now, when you do this, straight away the ego mind will rise up and will start chattering incessantly about all the things you've got to do that day, about the awful argument you had the night before, about whoever has upset you, and on and on in your head. And what you have to do is just keep on bringing it back. Feel the water on your body. It might seem like, what's this all about? But it works. When you say you're washing your hair, feel your fingers on your scalp, massaging your scalp. The mind will keep on trying to take over. If you're truly feeling, then you're in the present. And that's when your real self comes out. And your real self will give you the right guidance on how your day is going to progress. Whereas the incessant mind, the ego mind, will give you very bad advice and very bad guidance as to how your day is going to go. So the more you can get into the present and the more often you do it, then the more your true self, your inner being, comes to the fore. And then better things will happen. So basically, meditation is actually taking yourself out to a place for 20 minutes, half an hour, 10 minutes, whatever it is, stopping what you're doing and practicing, whether it's breathing or a mantra, whatever it is, to get you into the present moment. And mindfulness is really doing that on the move while you still go about your daily tasks. Now, whilst you're trying to practice feeling, the example I gave was the shower, as I say, your ego mind will try to drag you away all the time, and just try to keep on being aware of this. Don't worry about it, because when you actually realize you've wandered off, well, then that's you being mindful. So you're actually in a state of mindfulness at that point. So don't berate yourself because you wandered off. I mean, people are going around all day with this incessant chattering in their heads, and they are totally oblivious to it going on. So if you realize that, oh, my mind's just wandered off, just gently bring it back and just then carry on, start again, and just, whether it's meditation or whether it's mindfulness, being aware is the key. So if you think about it, this is actually why many of us always feel really good after exercise, because exercise forces us to connect with our true selves. You may have noticed how you just don't want to do any exercise. We're all lazy, we're all like that. There's no exceptions. Even if you're a trainer, you still dread it. But once you get fully engaged in the actual exercise and forget about everything else, suddenly you're enjoying yourself and you don't want to stop. That's mindfulness. That's being in the present moment. That's doing what you're doing. So try to set reminders throughout your day. You might want to put little notes around the place. What am I thinking? What am I doing? Am I filled with this infernal chatter as usual? You could take 10, even if it's 10 seconds, just stand there, feel your feet, feel the tingling in your hands. Just feel them. Don't think about them. Don't think about the tingling in your hands. It might be there, it might not be. But just feel. Just become aware. So another example of mindfulness, or when to practice it, is when we're walking. So when you're next walking, remember to feel your feet on the ground as you're taking a step. Don't think about it, feel it. Feel the ball of your foot as it touches the floor. Feel your heel as it then touches the floor. Feel your toes. Again, this all might sound strange, but what it's doing again is bringing you into that present moment. You see, the thing is, your ego mind can't operate whilst you're feeling. You can't do the two things at the same time. So if you're feeling and you're in the present moment, the ego dies. And of course, when that incessant chatter stops, you open up this whole world of creativity, manifestation, calmness, contentment, and things just start to go right. You know what to say, you know what to do. Now, it won't just happen like that. You've got a lot of practice to do, because there's been a lot of conditioning. That persona, that ego mind has been going for many, many years. So it will take concerted effort to begin with until it becomes a habit. But it's the most beneficial thing you'll probably ever do for yourself. So I do hope that gives you a small insight into the world of meditation and mindfulness, what it is and why it's so important to practice it. Next week we'll see the release of my first guided meditation, so you don't have to do anything, you just switch on and follow. So do ask any questions in the comments box, and I promise I will get back to you. Please feel free to share and pass this along to to friends and families who you think might benefit from this video. If you enjoyed it, do give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like notifications of when the next video comes out, just ring the little bell. So until the next time, do stay safe, happy, healthy and well. Bye bye.